Aiden did not.
Thunder. Feel the thunder.
The thunder. The thunder. I like how there's literally no need for salary, like whatsoever. Like there is no salary cap, so there's no budget or anything.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever actually played really with this before. Because I've always like had the salary cap on and stuff, and it's like, do I go for it? Do I not go for that guy? You know?
I feel you, man.
Well, it's like I can fully re-sign all these guys, and know that if I don't use them, I don't use them. But I can fully sign them, and then if people go to free agency, which they will.
I know, right through that. Yeah, I saw that coming. Okay. Right up my head. Let's see this. I don't get that. Like, I don't like that. I always find
Which
them
one you get?
Well, cause like, you know how some people peek, like, in games, like, people will peek around a corner. And like, they'll see you, but like, you're looking that way and you can't see them. It's just like, I find that happens to me all the time, where it's like, they can see me on the screen.
Yep.
When I watch the replay, and I'm like, huh, I didn't see this person at all. I don't know how to fix that, because I think that's probably just a lag type of thing.
Well, I signed Aiden 9.5 for 8 years.
And a B.
Aaron signed his deal 12.5. Oh, not 12, 12.1 for 6 years. So. But, Joe Thornton didn't accept my contract offer. Unfortunate. But, JVR did. Lucic did not. Why didn't Lucic?
Find the biohazard container location.
Wouldn't it be nice if
I'm hoping that there's like that's not great. Please tell me there's like an RFA that's yeah, that's not good at all. Pavelski's the best, the top trade candidate.
I don't think how he's still so good, him.
Pavelski?
Yeah. He kind of came out of nowhere. He's like one of those like late bloomers that was only good once he hit like, you know, his 30s.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's also like how he plays. He plays like you get to the front of the net and you tip it. And if not saying that's how you do it. You did it like 5 years ago, but 5 years ago, if it would be a lot harder to get to the net,
Yeah.
as well as you wouldn't like they're not able to get away with the stuff that they were in front of that. Like you would be cross-checked a lot.
Yeah.
And nowadays you're not. So like, or if you are, it's going to be a penalty. At least in the regular season, it is.
Op 4 eliminated.
We go. Sorry.
All right, free agency, Jordan. Okay, free agency and free agency and don't and Pavelski got re-signed, but you know who didn't get re-signed? Alex DeBrincat.
Knew it. It's Ottawa.
Barricade the room. We
Sucks.
need to protect the biohazard container.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
they do. And DeBrincat wants. What was that? Oh, okay. What? That first. No, right? Is that what I want? No, no, no. I don't want my. Oh. Oh, shit. Okay, I was gonna say, oh, shit. Okay. I'm gonna have to do this thing all over again, aren't I? First, yeah, I'm gonna have to go get my fucking third round pick. Where the fuck do I trade my third round pick to? There's only 48 teams in this league. They want James Neal and my third round pick in 2025. Or my third round pick in 2024. I'll take that. I feel like I probably could have even got away with James Neal, but
This person died.
8.6. Okay. Oh, it's 6.955.
One Op 4 remaining.
Okay, Jordan.
Yep.
So So DeBrincat wants 9.5 million on a 1 year deal, or sorry, 9.025 million
Okay.
on a 1 year deal. Do you think he accepts a 6.95 million on a 1 year deal? Do you think that's too low? Because I'm offer sheeting him, so if he accepts that, then it would be a first, second, and third. But if I go higher, then I have to give up like multiple picks, and I don't know if I want to give up multiple picks. You know, like I guess right now I'm giving up my first, second, and third in 2024. If I go to the 9.25, I would be giving up my first in 2025 as well. No, I'd be giving up. He wants a lot more. He wants if I did 8.69, then it would be, or 8.675, then it would be my first, second, and third in 2024, my first in 2025. But if I give him the 9 or higher, then it's my next 4 years of first round picks, and that's a lot
Do it.
for DeBrincat.
Do it.
No, don't do. I'm not doing that.
Aaron would say to do it.
I know he would.
And he's here right now listening to my stream. So we say do it.
Bullshit. If
also-
Aaron's listening to your stream, then Aaron, type in the chat to do it.
Probably sleeping. I told him I was going to
Then-
sing him to sleep. Go to sleep and good night.
10 seconds.
Let the sweet little dream bugs suck your toes, lick your lips. and
All right,
they'll
I'll
shit
do the
down
next
your
3 years of
throat.
the next 3 rounds of picks, and then next year's first round pick. This year's first 3 rounds picks, and next year's first.
Sounds good. Close your eyes. Say a prayer. 'Cause Dad is gonna fuck you. Pull your hair. Piss while you stare.
Do I do 1 year, 2 years, or 3 year on the current length, Jordan?
2.
2. Got it.
2.
Okay.
Aaron, are you
I offered
feeling
that contract.
sleepy yet?
I just offered David Krejci 10 million for 1 year.
And he said yes.
We'll see what he says. I get some more skilled players on this team, so you know.
I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas, Aaron. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas,
All right, let's
Aaron.
see what he
I
says.
wanna wish you a Merry
See what
Christmas,
happens
Aaron.
here.
Why would you come here? Why would you? You're really screwing me over here, buddy. I'm scared.
Max Domi agrees to my contract. Not Max Domi, dear friend. I appreciate your interest, but I've decided to go with another team at this time. I feel I'll be competitive for minutes with too many players at my role. No. I got David Krejci though, but ouch,
Ouch.
ouch. Get rejected. That hurts. Not gonna lie.
Hush, little Aaron, don't say a word. You're gonna fall asleep to the sound of my turd. It is hard and... Oh, okay, he's going to bed now.
Is he?
Yeah, I tired him out.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, wasn't ready. Bye, Aaron. Eric, say goodbye.
Bye, Aaron.
Good boy. You know, there's apparently a place, a restaurant called Coconut Kenny's. I didn't know that.
Who would have thought that he was intimidated by all my wingers? When all I gotta say is he would have been literally, arguably, probably my best winger. Except for Aiden, but you know. I need a defenseman. Is Alexander Carrier any good?
Like, do you mean like how he develops?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never grabbed him.
Okay. Well, I just offer sheeted him. And hopefully he turns out.
Fucking right.
You need to locate the biohazard container.
So, who do you think Montreal grabs? It's a tough decision. And I'm not gonna
I
ask Noah.
Yeah, I think you're beating around the like.
It,
I feel like there's already been enough said. I mean, you got Bedard, you got Fatilli, you've got Carlson. Those are the top three,
yeah.
in my opinion. You got Michkov, who could
10 seconds.
be like top two.
If he
Like
wasn't-
when I was watching him and Bedard go off like 2 years ago,
Yeah.
I was like, holy crap! Like I know Bedard is getting a lot of hype and stuff, but like
this guy's
like this
nothing
is
to-
like it really looked like the Crosby Ovi debate, but they were both goal scorers.
What? How did I not
So
get
maybe
him?
kind of Malgin like Ovi, because like there's not really like there was like I know Canada does a lot of playmakers like with McDavid and Crosby, but Russia has goal scorers with Malgin and
Yeah.
Ovi and stuff. So it really looked like who's Michkov definitely showed his own, and but because he hasn't been able to play international hockey and stuff, that's definitely been a knock on him for sure. And
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but if you let a kid that's like 18 years old, and he's gone through basically all the politics in Russia. You know, he makes a junior team at a very young age, which Russia's normally takes all their old guys in the World Juniors, especially. Like they take an old team, so you get on that team, you grind out, and the coach actually gives you minutes instead of just parks you on the bench.
Yeah.
And you play well, and then you go back to Russia because Russia's banned, so they can't even play internationally. You work your way up in the KHL. The KHL team that is benching you trades you to a different team. You go off on that team, and then teams have the audacity to call you, arrogant and stuff. Like, I mean, I look at though, and I look at the situation. I'm like, I don't know how you can't be like confident in yourself or come across arrogance at times,
Yeah.
because you've had to go and prove yourself at so many different things that if people are asking you, oh, can you handle this certain situation? Like you're like, really? Like,
What
have
do
I
you
not
think?
proven
Yeah.
myself that? But
Yeah.
um, there is the worry about him not coming over, but I don't really think that's like a. I think he is going to come over. It's just he's not going to be
So
coming
what?
over until
Yeah. It's
2025.
it's not an if, it's a when more.
Yeah. Like, you look at Kaprizov, you look at Panarin, you look at other Russians that have come over in the past, and they haven't really had a problem with it.
Yeah.
Um, it's just, yeah, he's going to take time. Which, is that the worst thing for a team trying to rebuild? Probably not, because
Yeah. Especially where Montreal is in their rebuild.
exactly, like and again, like a lot of people are saying San Jose, like he would be the perfect player to take for San Jose to kick off their rebuild, because they have prospects coming through the system and stuff. They've had problems developing their prospects.
Yeah.
So if they tear down their team, because they do still have parts on their team that they can sell, Carlson being one, that they will have to move in the summer, and that they'll have to eat a big chunk of that contract. But if they move him and stuff for picks, that could allow them to get a better pick next year,
Yeah.
or be in a top 5 pick next year, right? Like,
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking, you know.
and same with Montreal, right? Like, if Montreal snags him at 5, it's another player in your system that, you know, he's a very, very talented player, and he's going to be very good.
Yeah, because Montreal's got some good players in their freaking pool.
They do. Logan
But
Mailloux looks very good in the OHL. Um, he looks like he's going to make the jump to the NHL, or at least the AHL or on the bubble, I would imagine.
yeah,
I do wonder if your second round pick, or your first round pick in the second round, first pick in the second round, sorry, you take the Czechia goalie, because I've seen some mock drafts that Montreal is taking the Czechia goalie in the second round.
yeah.
He's the top goalie in the draft. He's 6'6",
Okay.
and he's 17 years old.
I can see them going for him.
So he looks good. I wondered if the Leafs were looking at him, but then I'm like, we actually have a couple of goalies that are 6'6" that are on their way to that are like developing there in the Marlies and stuff, and I'm like, not
Probably
that
not yet.
I don't think you can't go wrong with a goalie pick, but like with us, I think a forward probably is what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
I I wanted defense last year, and then we went with a forward, but
So you're gonna go
he's
with the opposite, so that way they go with the defense.
so yeah, they might go with the defense too.
Reverse psychology.
And there might be a defense out there as well. Like, there is a defenseman out there that definitely has my eye. I think his name's like, he's a Canadian, but he sounds like he's got a Russian last name.
Well, they kind of need a little bit of everything.
They do, but they kind of don't.
But that's the thing. It all depends
Like,
what happens
like
with them.
it's tough, because it's like, yeah.
Because
Like,
they're in a situation where they have everyone locked up. They can't really afford these prospects when they go up. Like when they go out of their entry level contract, how
Yeah.
are you going to afford this? So it's
Well,
like they'd have to see
I
where
mean,
Matthew goes, where Nylander. Like you have to
yeah,
see which
like,
ones he decides to keep in that.
and the thing is like, these guys are going to be coming up when Matthews, Marner, Nylander, and Tavares all are probably on their next contract.
Yeah.
Like, they're the late rounds, like, they're NHL players. I don't think they're not. It's not. You're not going to get. If you have a first round pick, you're drafting an NHL player. It's
Yeah.
just that player probably, he might play for you but he probably is like 2 years out. If he's a top 10 pick, he might be NHL ready, but he might be 1 year out, he might be 2 years out, he might be 3 years out. And I think that's why a lot of people are worried about Michkov, because he is like 3 years out
Yeah.
or 2 years out. I don't know how the math works, but we've got TP Niemela, which I'm really excited about. He's our top defensive prospect. He's in the Marlies right now. He just came over from Finland. I don't know if he cracks the Leafs roster next year, because if he does, then we would have to move someone.
Yeah.
Because we have defense. We have defense locked up. Our forwards is going to be very interesting. If we lose tomorrow night, it will be very interesting to see how what moves we make.
Yeah.
Because I've seen some things saying, Nylander's gone. I've seen some people say Mitch is gone. If I was going to move one, I would probably move Nylander, which is probably the one that would have the most value. And unfortunately, probably been the player that's played the best out of all four of those guys. You're not moving Tavares. I'm sorry. You can't, because you've got a full movement, no movement clause. And B, there's no,
Yeah.
You can't, he's your guy. You bite the bullet. You're all ready and stuff. I do wonder if they move him to the wing at some point, because they tried the wing suggestion this year at times. So
Yeah.
I wonder if that's a thing where, don't get me wrong, you really want to pay $11 million for a winger. We were already paying Mitch that, kind of, sort of, but yeah, very, very interesting. Matthews' no movement clause kicks in as of July 1st, which is also an interesting tidbit.
It's one of those things that's, you have to see what happens with your players before you know what you need, right?
Yeah, it's, well, and that's the thing, I can go and say, oh, right now, do we need a goalie? Probably, but the goalies in this draft class aren't going to be ready to step right in right away.
Yeah,
Some
exactly.
might be, but I'm sorry, but
Goalies
goalies aren't normally. There's not normally a Carter Hart.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
even then, people still probably think, me included, and Ron Hextall was fired for this, but he did not want them to bring up Carter Hart, because he's like, that's too fast.
Yeah.
He just came from junior, he's going to the AHL, and they're like, no, we need a goalie though. And I'm like, yeah, but he's our goalie for the future. If you bring him up, it will rush his development. And they're like, no, he's good. So they fired him, brought him up. He played unreal for that season, and then he's been bad the next three seasons.
Yeah.
He's good, he's touted, but he could have been, he was touted like the next Carey Price, and when he came up, he was looking like that, but then he faltered.
Yeah.
It could also be Philadelphia's hasn't been very good in front of him, but yeah. With Montreal, I think you're looking at, basically for me right now, I would probably be looking at between Zach Benson and Will Smith.
Yeah.
Those are the two, and then if Michkov or Leo Carlsson falls to you, then you're laughing.
Yeah.
There was the Athletic poll said they had Columbus drafting Will Smith instead of Leo Carlsson, which I don't want to say Columbus. That would be a shock, because Columbus in 2016 everyone thought they were going to pick Jesse Pugliarvi, the European, and they go out and pick Pierre-Luc Dubois, the Canadian. And that is what then Edmonton, who was going to pick Matthew Tkachuk, went and picked Jesse Pugliarvi because he fell in his lap.
Yeah.
And they were like, let's go. And then Calgary picked Matthew Tkachuk. And the rest is history. So, yeah, that will be very interesting to see where that goes. But yeah, what's his name? Yeah, Michael Hrabal, Hrabal. Hrabal?
Yeah, I wouldn't know how to pronounce that.
I don't know. He's 18. His birthday's January 20th, 2005.
Damn.
He's a Czechia goalie, but he's committed to the University of Massachusetts. So he's coming to the U.S. to play
Okay.
goal. And he's 6'6". So he's probably going to be on the Czechia World Junior team for like this year and probably next year. Because he's 18. So he's got 2 years left of eligibility.
Yeah.
And I mean that's exciting. That's ultimately what I've been looking at more when I'm looking at prospects and stuff. And I'm like, okay, how many years of World Juniors do they have? Because if they have multiple, then I'm like, okay, I would probably be more entitled to draft that guy than an older guy because he gets more international look and stuff.
Yeah.
And those situations, in my personal opinion, do huge. Can be a huge factor for prospects and stuff because players live for that. They live to host the Stanley Cup. They live to play for their country.
Yeah.
And a lot of the Europeans, they dream of a gold medal instead of a Stanley Cup.
Exactly.
Because
that's bigger to them. Yeah.
Exactly. Like Nikita Kucherov, Freddie Anderson, their goals was to play on their hometown teams. Their dreams wasn't to when playing the NHL, win the Stanley Cup. Theirs was to play for their country, play for their hometown teams, and play hockey. But boy, oh boy, did those change.
With some of them actually winning Stanley Cups.
Mm-hmm. Some of them, yeah.
Oh my, you're camping there, you little bitch. What are you doing there?
I like how I have Mirlam Lucic, Jonathan Toews, and Trevor Moore on my top line, and it has a +2. I love this game.
One friendly operator remaining. We have been eliminated.
Well, I'm definitely deeper than I was beforehand. Whoa, 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 whoa. Aiden was my captain. Ugh.
Oof.
I gave